I have a dual camera setup today. And I think you guys can see why I have a dual camera setup. I don't think I need to explain what's happening on the screen. Currently, I have an arcade stick in front of me. Something that I usually do, that I did for a long time. I think it made my channel as big as it was, right? Starting to do talk segments instead of just posting raw gameplay all the time, and arcade stick reviews. This is an arcade stick that for some reason I've been told I need to review. And I kind of wanted to anyway because it's so cheap. And I think that me having tried so many cheap arcade sticks and so many a different variety really gives me a good handle on how I feel about budget arcade sticks and full-size arcade sticks and all of that, right? So I don't want to give you guys the information as if it's objective. I want everything I say to be subjective here, because this arcade stick is only going to be for a certain type of people. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't believe that this arcade stick is for everyone. I will tell you who this arcade stick is for, or who I think it's for, after we get it unboxed. So let's first start with the unboxing experience. I think I'm going to just move over to my main cam. So I'm going to turn the hand cam off. And we're just going to move over to the main cam. Come back a little bit, and this is the Hori Fighting Stick Mini. I got it. I ordered it like Saturday or Sunday. It took like a day to come in, straight off Amazon. Pretty cool. And it is very small. As you can see, the box is really small. The box is like as big as my hand if I stretch my hand. So this, when it says it's a mini stick, inside of this box, there will be something smaller than this, right? This box is like 2 times the size of a standard Xbox controller, right? So that's kind of the vibe here. On the back, you can see all the dimensions and stuff. You can see the size of the arcade stick, right? I could read off the dimensions. Apparently it's 3.4 inches by 8.2 feet for the USB-A cable, 8.3 feet across. I'm sorry, 8.3 inches across, and 5.9 inches deep. Right? That's pretty cool. That is very tiny. That's small. I have some arcade sticks that are like triple this size almost, probably, I want to say. And maybe we'll do some size comparisons. First, let's get it out of the box, see the unboxing experience. Just a little tab right here. Just pull the tab. Flip it open, I think. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything major in here. Nothing crazy. Okay. There's a manual. I just dropped it onto my lap. So there's a manual, which might be bigger than the arcade stick itself. No, it's like the same size. This thing is so small. Holy crap. And then here is the arcade stick. Fully bubble wrapped. Got like a little thing around the joystick to keep the joystick safe during travel. I fuck with that. I think that's awesome. So let's get it opened up. Here it is. Super, super duper tiny. This is actually smaller than my hand. It may be the size of my hand. Right, but not everyone is me, right? I'm 6'2", so I have big, black, meaty hands. Some people don't have big, black, meaty hands. You might have small hands. You might have different colored hands. Probably have different colored hands. Happy Black History Month, everyone. So let's get this unwrapped. It doesn't look like there's any like storage compartment or anything for the cable. First thing I noticed is when I pulled it out of the wrapper, it was just like the cable and the stick. I'm really having a tough time. I should just cut this, like, with scissors or a knife. Because you know what I could do? Wonder if, nope. Genius. Then I can just... I just slipped it off. Yeah, so undo the wire. There we go. Looks like this wire is... It said 8.3 feet. So pretty long. That's like standard, right? Most of these cables are 9 foot, 10 foot. It's a little shorter than that, but not too bad. The first thing I noticed is that this lever is actually really skinny. It's actually skinnier than like a normal lever. And it's shorter too. So I don't think you can like put like a standard, that's what I'm looking for here. Like a standard, dust cover or shaft cover on this, right? And then the ball top, actually flat on the bottom. I wish I could show that. It's like flat on the bottom instead of it being like circular and then angled into the grooves. So very proprietary, right? And I'll tell you now, I think this entire arcade stick experience is going to be very proprietary. You can tell even by the buttons. Let's do a little sound test. That's kind of noisy. Lever test. Lever is not so noisy. I would have to talk for it to actually register on my microphone because noise gates. But I mean, it's noisy enough. It sounds like a Sanwa, right? It's nothing too crazy. Feels like a square gate in it. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, here's the little switch, right? Here's all the buttons up at the top. I can kind of give you the rundown because unfortunately, I didn't seem to mention it when I was unboxing it. It has PlayStation, the function button, share, L3, R3, and then a PS4, PS5, PC slider. So this is pretty cool. That means it comes with actual native PC support, right? This is not going to have direct input. That's something that it said on the box specifically, is that it only has... Let's move that out of the way. That it currently only has X input, right? So unless they do something to the firmware of these boards, which is unlikely because it's a $60 arcade stick to my door, shipped with Amazon Prime, was about $64, right? This arcade stick is about the same cost as like a standard controller. And damn near the same size. Only a little bit smaller, right? Before we plug it in and play, let's do like an arcade stick comparison, right? Let's get another one of Hori's products. This is a PS5 Hori stick. This is like full-size arcade stick. This is the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha. I've had it for a long time. It's one of my favorite sticks. And it's full-size, right? This is going to be your $200, $220 arcade stick. If you get like the Tekken 8 Special Edition, which Hori also sells, or the Street Fighter 6 Special Edition, like $230 or something. $200, right? Compared to $60. That's the main thing here, right? You really got to think about that. And look at the size difference. This motherfucker is about 3 times the size, right? If I put them this way, I'm sure what's going to happen is about 2.5 of them are going to fit. 2.5, 2 3/4 are going to fit. This is a monster. This is a full-size stick. Right? This isn't even a massive stick. This is just a normal full-size stick. There's some more gargantuan monster sticks, like the Conba Obsidian 2, if you're looking specifically for PS5, or the Victrix Pro. Oh gosh, that thing is so small. Come on, why do you gotta talk about it like that? It can hear you, okay? You're actually ruining its self-esteem. It can hear you. Guy she tells you not to worry about? The big black guy, and then the guy you are, the small white. I don't know if that joke's appropriate. That's really... Yeah. Yeah, this thing is very small. You better cook on the new stick. This stick, I'll be playing on it today. But I don't think I'm going to be cooking anything except myself. Right? I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the desk. Okay. On the hand cam. I'm going to probably have it on the desk because it's so small. Move my keyboard a little bit to see if I can slide my monitor back. I could probably slide both monitors back too. Come on. I have a Hori wrap in with a metal plate. Yeah, I have the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha with a arcade stick metal plate. What kind of buttons are these? Unfortunately, this has very proprietary buttons. These buttons are definitely a Hori proprietary part that are soldered to the board. Also, I have the wrap in behind me. I have the Soul Calibur 6 wrap in. But it feels very small. Like, I don't think I could comfortably play with this, like, on my lap. Right? I also don't want to point a camera down at my crotch, because every time I do, people call it crotch cam and meme and make like small dirty jokes. Maybe not small dirty jokes, but dirty jokes. We're gonna try to avoid that. So we might put it on the desk. I think one thing I kind of like already, without even trying, is the buttons are smaller, so they like perfectly fit the tips of my fingers, and there's no rims. So I don't have to worry about like moving to another button and accidentally hitting rim, which is cool. I need big fight sticks because I'm afraid that I'll throw the smaller ones off my lap by accident. Yeah, I think most people that play with a stick on their lap, unless you are really small, this probably isn't for you. Before we even get into like any sort of a review process or something, yeah, that's how most of the PS1 sticks were. They were soldered onto a board. This arcade stick, I'm gonna say it now. I think this is for one of two people. You're two types of people. You're either A, first getting into arcade sticks and don't know if the investment is worth it if you're stuck on PS5, right? If you do not have a PC where there's a plethora of options around this price range, the $50, $60, $70 price range, you can go last gen, you can get something custom made that uses like a PC only PCB, or you could get something like the Conva Carbon, Conva Drone 1, those things. If you're stuck on PS5, if you are console only, this is your cheapest option as an entry point into arcade sticks. Cheapest way. And what that means, yo, what up, Isa? What that means is that the only way for you to try an arcade stick under $100 on PS5 is to buy this or get something custom built that uses a PCB that works on PS5. Right? You could also, if you're fine with using the used market, you could get a PS4 stick, whatever. But this is a brand new off the shelf, probably with warranty, arcade stick that will get you into trying arcade sticks and letting you find out if you like it. Now, this is going to be e-waste. You're going to give this away to your little cousin, to your little brother, your nephew, your niece, if you're an unk like me. But if you're not, you're going to throw this in the trash when you're done with it, right? And you're going to either say, nope, arcade stick wasn't for me, psych, and you're going to go get a big boy. You're going to go back to buying DualSenses and, DualSense edges, or you're going to buy a big boy stick. You're going to invest in a Hori Fighting Stick Alpha, or a Victrix Pro FS, or a Combo Obsidian 2, or maybe something more mid-range like the Combo Titan. But that's one of the type of people that this is for. This is also for people who travel a lot and want to have an arcade stick that they can use lightly, right? But still carry around with them. That isn't a giant hulking monster that will probably set off an airport security alarm, or when you open it up, they will consider it a bomb. I want to show you guys something. I haven't traveled in a while, so this isn't really an issue for me anymore. But when I did travel back during the PS3 days, I had an arcade stick that opened up. And this is what it looked like to airport security. This is what they saw. They say, hey, can you open that thing up? What is that? I said, it's a big controller. It's like an arcade board, like you would see at like an arcade, right? And arcades were kind of dying by that point. They were basically dead. And they said, well, can you open it for us? I was like, okay, sure. They're like, it's an electronic. We're going to need you to open it if it can open easily. And I'm, okay, sure, whatever. And I open it. This is what they see. This looks like a bomb. This looks like a children's toy. I don't think that an airport is going to worry about this. You can comfortably fit this in your carry-on because it weighs literally nothing. I feel like this weighs less than an Xbox One controller with buttons. With batteries. This controller with a battery pack or with batteries in it is going to weigh more than this, which is a little strange. It does feel hollow, but it's sturdy, right? I can press down on it and it doesn't feel like there's any flex. So they're using a really, really solid plastic with this, which is good. I think that's probably a good thing. My first arcade stick was the Combo Pro, and I honestly think it was the perfect starter stick. My first PS4 stick, my second PS4 stick, because I thought I lost one, but I didn't. My second PS4 stick was a Combo Obsidian. Combo Obsidian. So the Pearl, but black and Bulex instead of Noir. I really want a Pearl, but I don't really feel it's worth the investment anymore. There's really no reason for me to buy a Pearl, unfortunately, at this current day and age. But I think for a starter stick, if you're looking for something small, if you're looking for something light, if you're looking for something throwaway, that's not a huge investment that you have to try to resell or hold on to if you decide you don't like fight sticks. This is the hello racist camera. I know I'm black, but that thing is white. Focus. Racist camera. Focus. It won't focus on it. That's actually criminal. That's really racist. I guess, they say you can't be racist towards white people, so I guess you can't be racist towards white things either. Anyways, so now we'll probably plug it in. Just press some buttons, see how it feels, see if it feels like there's any ghosting, any big lag. I'm gonna be honest with you, I love Hori products, and I think Hori products are really smart. Oh, okay, the crystal's good too. The crystal is definitely smaller. It's like 129 instead of 199. The crystal's dope. Got LED buttons and stuff. I think now what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug it in. We're gonna hit maybe Street Fighter 6 training mode, and we're gonna hit Tekken 8 training mode, right? We might do a match or two in Tekken 8, like casual match or something, but we'll first start with training mode. Just to see how it feels, hit some buttons, see if it's a good, nice little entry point that's not going to actually be garbage. I think I trust Hori's products enough to assume that this is going to work well enough. But I don't expect this thing to be a world beater and like be your stick for like the next 5 years, right? Because most arcade sticks, when you buy them, you buy like a nice $200 stick, they'll last you 5 or 6 years. They could even last you longer. They could last you 10 years, right? You might have to change some parts. This, you cannot replace any parts. Unreplaceable parts, unless you know how to solder, unless you want to be doing electrical work. Unreplaceable parts. But it's a low cost investment. $62 shipped right to my door. $64, something like that. I don't feel like checking my cash app to figure out how much I fucking paid. This is not a review unit. This was not sent to me. I bought this with my own dinero. So, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below if this review or first impressions was like at all helpful to you, so that I can maybe make some dinero on YouTube at some point. And that's basically been it for the first impressions of this arcade stick. Catch the next video where we'll be plugging it in, testing it out on a few games, and maybe even trying a match or two on Tekken 8. Thanks for watching. Peace.